Bryan here, and I've just finished sort of creating my dream musculoskeletal ultrasound educational program for physiotherapists, chiropractors, medical doctors, and as part of that program, I did a physics review. Now, I have an introductory physics course. This is what you need to get going. This is the useful stuff. But if someone goes on to write the RMSK exam with the APCA, they may need to know more than is practical. And so I had this review course, which I made from a combination of books and my own notes from my own studying for the exam, and also the course I took, which I guess would have been over $200. And I put it all together, and I normally charge about $20 an hour for my online courses, which would make it about $120. But I thought, you know what? This is also useful for all sonographers studying for their exams. Because there's always a physics and instrumentation part of their exams. So I'm thinking of the ARDMS SPI exam, for example. And while this can't be your only science course or physics course, because as a requirement to write that exam, you have to have taken a course, this will act as an excellent review course. And instead of $120, I decided to knock the price down to $5. Make it trivially cheap in the hopes of helping as many people as possible. I'd like to give people free options though, because I just want people to get help and pass their exams, and students don't have a lot of money. That seems unethical. They don't have the money. So here are some free options for you. There's this ultrasound board review on YouTube. Some of these are very, very short. He's basically trying to get people to go to his website to buy his practice exams. There are some longer educational videos around 10 minutes, but most of them are 1 minute, but they're full of useful information. So this is one free resource. Another free resource, as I was looking for free resources to give people in this exact video, I found that the instructor who taught the course that I took, and again, I paid, well, basically I paid about $1,200 for a package, but this made up like 20-30% of that package, so hundreds of dollars. And I find that he basically has put most or all of his lectures on YouTube. So here's a lecture on transducers, Doppler, imaging principles, and instrumentation. So, and I used these lectures or my notes from these lectures in part to create my own lectures. So I can vouch that these lectures are pretty good, and I passed my RMSK exam. So if you don't want to pay me $5 for mine, then here's some free options for review for your studying. I'll mention that I did make over 100 true and false and multiple choice questions as part of the final quiz. Because preparing for an exam, it's nice to have sort of practice questions. I will say that this doesn't necessarily balance the same way as the SPI exam, and the SPI exam is all multiple choice and no true and false, so don't take my quiz and think, aha, I passed that, therefore I will definitely pass the SPI exam. But I thought more questions would help. Now, the course is available on my website or through my website, as I mentioned, for $5. I'll put the link in the description. I also put the course on Udemy, but the minimum price there is $19.99 US. And I have no control over that, and I'll put the link down below as well. If you use the link in Udemy, I get most of the money, but in general for Udemy, do you know instructors only get about 30%? I guess that's better than nothing. Anyway, 2 locations if you're interested, or use one of those free options if you need to in order to pass your exam. I wish you guys all the best. Cheers.